This horticultural and food security project was started to rejuvenate groups of small-scale horticultural farmers locked out of the European market. These groups previously produced vegetables for the horticultural export market, but a stringent European Union certification regimen disqualified their export products, leaving them desperate. Intervention of the program with export farms led to the retraining of the farmers to qualify for the export market certification. Farmers who had been locked out of the lucrative export market are now back on the driver's seat.
Ili mazao yetu yakaweze kukubalika, wao wakasema sisi tutawafundisha hawa wakulima na tuwatayarishe kwa certification ili mazao yao yapate kuenda ng'ambo, na wamekuwa wakifanya hayo yote mpaka wa sasa. Katika mashamba yote ya wakulima ukienda utapata tumepata mafundisho hayo yatakayotuwezesha kuwa certified.
We also do a lot of training in governance and record keeping, and that's actually one of the main issues. If we start with a group, that has to be in place. We need a good committee and good bylaws and a constitution. That's one of the starting points. That needs to be 100% okay for a farmer group to be able to run.
Besides reviving the export connection, the program continued with a local market strategy, which is more sustainable and assured in the long term. Implementation has incorporated technology and expertise from the Netherlands, a country with much to offer to the local horticultural sector.
We have Dutch consultants who have long-term experience. We are also utilizing seed from Dutch companies, especially the potatoes, and also seed for sweet corn and other crops. So that technology is what we are harnessing from the Dutch people who have long-term experience in agricultural production.
The program has been focused on empowering the Kenyan smallholder with production and marketing skills. Creating avenues for the farmers to access local markets was a central focus of the project in its initial stages. The experience of the Naromoro groups with local marketing, however, led the program managers to rethink the strategy and make necessary adjustments.
The small-scale farmers don't have enough knowledge about the market. They don't have the logistic to get their food to the market. So we realized that we really need these brokers, because they have the contracts and they know how to organize a continuous supply of food to the buyers. And the small-scale farmer groups don't have that capacity.
Together with the farmers, the program invested in the establishment of the collection centers. The collection centers are hubs of activity, serving in product bulking, selection, grading, and marketing. The establishment of a revolving fund enabled farmers to access the elusive capital they needed for farm inputs and management of marketing logistics.
We funded these groups with 500,000 shillings for input for fertilizer, seed and chemicals. And after 1 year being in business, in this export business, these groups were able to pay back this 500,000 shilling. We started a kind of revolving fund. This money went into the revolving fund. And with this money we were able to start up another 6-7 groups. The groups that we started in Joro was with money from the revolving fund that came out of the snow peas business from Naromoro.
Where potential in small-scale holders has been identified, the program has upscaled to engage new groups, enhancing their capacities in production and linking the farmers to new markets.
Those groups have grown to 10 groups, spread in Kinangop, Naromoro, Njoro, and Ukambani. The choice of the crop that we do is not necessarily just based on the agroecological dimension. It's actually dictated by the market and the ability of the group and the case to sell that particular crop. So the choice of the crops actually would always be determined by the market itself and the proximity to the market.
In implementation, emerging challenges have been responded to with innovation and adjustment of plans.
Farmers would want to plant over and over again the same crop, but we are telling them that for them to be able to grow this on a sustainable basis, they also need to do crop rotation. So we have developed a planting schedule which then helps the farmers to follow the production, which actually answers to the demands that are coming from the market.
The project has given the new varieties of potatoes introduced from the Netherlands priority in crop selection.
We've introduced also a lot of new potato varieties in the groups, creating awareness among the farmers of what clean new seed potatoes can do for them. That increased production. That is still ongoing.
Optimism is high, motivation is high. Groups of farmers that were on the verge of despair 3 years ago are now confident of stable production and incomes.
Last year tulikuwa na 45 tons. Mwaka huu tunatarajia zitakuwa nyingi. We expect to have about 60 tons.
The turnaround that this program has realized for the farmers presents lessons worthy of note.
Will be careful selection of the crops, assessment of the soil and all the environmental factors that are involved for the support of that particular crop, good agricultural production processes that are observed to the letter, and then, which is very, very critical, marketing of that produce. It will not be a success right now if we had all these good agricultural practices with very, very good produce and we're having a lot of yields and we are not able to translate that into money.